You should be able to hear me. Are you able to hear me right now? Right now it's not like in the what's actually on, so you might not be able to hear me because it's not actually in the red, like the program. But once you hit the arrow to send it live, then you should be able to hear me through the headphones. So I guess I'll give it another minute because like I don't want to like talk forever if they're gonna just not do anything. Yeah, I'll go at 6:50 then. On the Yeah, I can go. Hello, everyone. Good evening and welcome to Kaukauna High School, where it's a windy but awesome night for high school football right here on Zaleski Sports and the final week of the season in the WIAA. My name is Jacob Link, and I'll be on the caller for what really is a must-win game for both the Appleton East Patriots and the hosts in the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts on senior night. Both squads enter this contest with the same overall records. Appleton East is 3-5 and 2-4 in the Fox Valley Association this year, while Kaukauna is 3-5 and 3-3 in conference play. The Ghosts, according to a lot of unofficial estimates, are in contention for the final playoff spot in Division II this year. Last time I looked, they were placed number 28 out of 32 teams and could face West De Pere in the first round. That was just those unofficial estimates. But they really need a win tonight to solidify their spot in the postseason. On the other side, Appleton East has almost completely turned around its program under first-year head coach Jarius James after they went 2-7 and 0-8 last year. James played Division I football at Incarnate Word and worked as an assistant coach under Pat Cerrone at UW Oshkosh for 5 years before he began working at Appleton East. The Patriots are coming off a 13-7 victory over Appleton East High School last Friday. Appleton East fell behind 7-0 in the first quarter before scoring 13 points in the second half to pick up the win. This season, the Patriots are averaging 13.12 points a game, 71 passing yards a contest, and 155 rushing yards a game. On the other side, Kaukauna is coming off a heartbreaking 8-6 loss last week to Kimberly on homecoming. They fell behind 8-0 in the first quarter, but rallied on the final drive of the game behind junior Quentin Gussman, who took over at quarterback for an injured Cooper McMullen. Gussman got the Ghosts into the red zone and scored on the 6-yard line with 3 seconds to go, but Kaukauna could not convert on the 2-point conversion to tie the game. The Ghosts are averaging 22.6 points a game this year and average 203 passing yards and 114 rushing yards in their 8 contests this season. Last time out against Appleton East, the Ghosts took home a 35-6 victory on the road on October 18th of 2024. Kaukauna scored all of its 35 points in the first half to cruise to a victory in last year's regular season finale. The Ghosts utilized an air attack in that matchup last year, with then quarterback Bron Schaefer throwing for 175 yards and 4 touchdowns. Aiden Reardon also ran for 93 yards and a touchdown on that one, but with the quarterback situation that Kaukauna has, I'm sure that Reardon is going to get a lot of carries in this one. And because it is senior night, the Kaukauna marching band putting on a special display for the athletes for Kaukauna who will be graduating after this year. Appleton East trots on the field in this one too. They'll most likely be led by quarterback Ryder Waters. He played last week for Appleton East, was 4 for 15, threw for 44 yards and 1 interception. They mostly kind of relied on Alex Thompson, though, as a running back. The 6-foot senior was really used for his rushing threat. He had 9 carries for 53 yards and a touchdown, and that was in that 13-7 victory over Appleton North last week. And their other very good running option is Aiden Cruz. Cruz, a 5'10 junior running back, had 31 carries and 206 yards rushing with 1 touchdown, and he actually averaged 6.6 yards per carry. So he was a dominant threat for the Patriots, and the usual suspects for Kaukauna. I'm kind of curious to see who they're going to have out there at quarterback, just because they've had so many of them go down. And with that, I guess we'll continue here. I couldn't tell if the band was going to start their national anthem or not, but they're going to play the school songs for both teams. Going back to Kaukauna, though, like I talked about, Aiden Reardon will be a big part of this offense on the ground game. This season he's averaged 3.6 yards a carry. He's up to almost 400 yards rushing, 8 touchdowns on the year as well. But he was limited to just 26 yards rushing last week against Kimberly. So that'll be something to watch out of this Patriots defense. And for the wideout options, you got Cavi Weinberg, the senior. Could potentially be his final game for the Galloping Ghosts. He still is looking for that touchdown. And with that, now we will step aside for the national anthem. You're watching Kaukauna take on Appleton East right here on Zaleski Sports. Welcome back to Kaukauna High School, where we are moments away from kickoff between Appleton East and the Galloping Ghosts of Kaukauna. Once again, both these teams have the same overall record, with Galloping Ghosts at 3-5, same as Appleton East. Both defenses have been, pretty effective as of late, especially last week for Kaukauna. Even though they lost 8-6 to Kimberly, you got to think that only allowing 8 points against a team like Kimberly, that's a win in and of itself. This season, the Ghost defense allows 22.75 points a game. They allow 132 passing yards and 158 rushing yards a contest. They have acquired 7 interceptions and forced 3 fumbles. On the other side for Appleton East, their defense, they have allowed 27 points a game, 127 passing yards, and 224 rushing yards a game. They've intercepted 4 passes on the year and forced 4 fumbles. And now we will have the Senior Day celebration at Kaukauna High School, as they'll have each of the seniors run out into a tunnel with their teammates. Here comes Cavi Weinberg, stud wide receiver. Aiden Reardon out in front of him as well. Just honoring their accomplishments tonight. And hopefully they're hoping that they can get a win and secure their spot in the postseason. Still a couple moments away here from kickoff, as they'll continue to name off the seniors for the Galloping Ghosts. I'll go through a few of them here on the roster. Aiden Reardon, a senior. Cavi Weinberg, a wide receiver, he's a senior. Dylan Watzer, he is another senior, same as Will Clark, Luke Tetzlaff, Carson Gates, Pearson Bauer, Brady Wellman, Jack Hawk, Wyatt Romanesco, another senior this year for the Galloping Ghosts. Same as Julian Becker, a defensive end. Cole Smith, senior safety, he'll be out there too. Mike Hill has been a big part of that defensive line. Another one of the seniors tonight, followed by Camden Carpenter, Nathan Schmidt, Hunter Myers. That's a name that we've been calling out all season. Cale Johnson, Donovan Williams, Griffin Plannert, Caleb Lizzo, and Phoenix Wine. And that rounds out the senior class for the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts. So they will meet in the middle. They'll break the huddle. Again, a huge game for both Appleton East and Kaukauna, especially with the way that East has turned around their program in just about 1 year. And last year, like I talked about, they were 2-7 and 0-7 in conference play. They've really upped that this year, had a lot more close games as well. Especially last week, in that win over Appleton North. I don't think very many people would have expected them, after falling behind 7-0, that they would have overtaken the Lightning and ended up taking them down. And that one is the captains will head out there for the coin toss. Kaukauna led by their seniors and Aiden Reardon, Hunter Myers, and Luke Tetzlaff. Referee does the coin flip. And it looks like Kaukauna has won the toss and will defer. So the Patriots will be getting the ball first in this one, in a must-win game for both squads. Kaukauna will end up kicking from right to left in their all-black uniforms with white lettering. And the Patriots will have their white uniforms, red pants, and they'll be moving from left to right on the screen. Here comes the long-standing tradition at Kaukauna. The Galloping Ghost will deliver the game ball to the referee. And another drop by the referee. I feel like we've seen that almost every game this season. Can never seem to just collect that one. So we will await for both squads to get out there for the kickoff. Like I said, Kaukauna moves from right to left as now they're going to go back into their respective huddles once again. We are just trying to fix a couple of audio things here on the board real fast, but otherwise we're set up here on a very windy night in Kaukauna. Kicking off for the Galloping Ghosts, I believe that's Cavi Weinberg out there. He takes his steps back. Be 3 deep to receive for the Patriots. The kick is away, and we are underway between the Appleton East Patriots and the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts. Here's a good return, though, on the kickoff. He's across the 40, gets tripped up at about the 45, and falls at about the 47-yard line. Burke Kozlowitz on the kickoff return sets him up with some very good field position on the opening drive of this contest. Kozlowitz, a senior defensive back for Appleton East. Now the Patriots will go to work, moving from left to right on your screen. Takes a snap, and he's just going to hand it off. That's Cruz. Cruz will get a nice gain on first down across the 50-yard line. He's into Kaukauna territory. Down to the 47-yard line. It's 2nd and 4. They'll go to work quickly. Waters lines up with Cruz right next to him. Another handoff by Cruz, and he's met at the line, and he's stopped maybe for a gain of 1. He ended up falling forward for about a yard. It's going to bring up 3rd and 3. And that time, up in the front, just like I talked about earlier, Hunter Myers making his presence known. And forces a big 3rd down for Appleton East. They're going to split off 1 receiver to the left side and 2 to the right. Cruz in the backfield with Waters. Snap goes to Waters, hands it off to Cruz. Cruz goes right up the middle. He's close to the first down marker. He'll push his way there, and they'll move the chains. 1st down and 10, Appleton East. That time, those big guys up front got a good push. Some clean blocks up there as well, especially from Todd Marks, senior offensive lineman, listed at 6'3", 295. He got a good push off the line of that one. Waters with the snap. Again, the handoff goes to Cruz. Cruz stopped at the line of scrimmage. Met by a gang of Galloping Ghosts as Julian Becker was there to make the stop. No gain on the play. That brings up 2nd and 10. Appleton East right now sitting 5th in the FVA. Kaukauna at 4th in the conference. As Waters will be out there directing traffic. Freshman quarterback listed at 6'1". He's going to hand it off. Bobbles the snap. Did Cruz. Cruz will move towards the left side of the offense, and they'll have a nice gain on 2nd down. Still is going to come up with a 3rd and long, though, for Appleton East. Luke Tetzloff makes the stop on that one for Kaukauna. Clock continues to run. It's 3rd and 7. Bring in a couple of different options. Does the Patriots? 2 receivers, 3 receivers now to the left side and 1 to the right. In the shotgun is Waters. Right next to him is Cruz. Waters takes a snap. He drops back. Here comes the pressure. He throws it up into the air to the left side, right into his own bench. Some of the Patriots might have been looking for something with that collision on the far side. Nothing there, though. And we'll see if they end up going for this one. I mean, too far to kick a field goal, and you know, it's up to them to decide if they would rather go forward or try to pin them deep, and it looks like they're going to try to pin them deep. 4th down and 7 after the incomplete pass from Ryder Waters. Weinberg deep to receive for Kaukauna. Snap goes back. It's bobbled initially and barely gets it off. I think that might have been partially blocked. Still bounces around. Not going to be very good at all. I mean, that thing maybe traveled 15 yards. And just like that, Kaukauna will have it at the 23-yard line, 1st and 10. Nice job by that special teams unit to put some pressure on the punter. And out comes the Galloping Ghosts. Reardon in the backfield. The snap, the handoff goes to Reardon. And he's going to push his way for a gain of about 8. And out there at quarterback, that will be Quentin Gussman. He'll continue to take over the quarterback duties after last week. Cooper McMullen, who was really a backup for the backup. As initially Ryan Carroll was out there, then Braden Jenkins was out there for a while. He got injured. They turned to McMullen. He got injured. So now it's Gussman. Gussman with 3 receivers to his left side and to the right. Ball spotted at the 32-yard line at 2nd and 1. Takes a snap. He drops back, looks, starts moving around in the pocket to the right side. He's just going to turn and run with this one. Picks up the 1st down. He's out of bounds around the 40-yard line. Resets the chains. 1st and 10, Galloping Ghosts. I'll say he went out of bounds at the 37-yard line. Still a nice job by him to kind of read the pocket. And actually, I think that might be Ryan Carroll out there now. So I could not see from this angle if that's a 16 or a 15. But either way, 1st down and 10 for the Galloping Ghosts. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Takes a snap, he hands it off to Reardon. Reardon moves over the left side, and he's stopped after a gain of about 1. I'll say he actually did get 2 on that one. So 2nd down and 10 for Kaukauna. Clock continues to roll with 7:20 to go in this 1st quarter. Still no score. Ball on the 39-yard line. High snap, hands it off to Reardon. Reardon tries to fight his way, but he's met by 2 Patriot defenders and stopped for a loss of 1. Kane Braun was near the area of that tackle for Appleton East. And that is Ryan Carroll, who is out there. So I could not tell before. That is definitely a 15 on his jersey. So good to see that he's back out there. 2 receivers each side for him as he drops back, fakes a throw, rolls out. He eludes 1 defender, and he's still moving. Fires it down the field, tipped up in the air. It is intercepted, picked off by the Patriots. Randy Mercedes, I think that's who that was, picked it off. Actually, I think that was Austin Jones, excuse me. Austin Jones ended up making that reception off the tip. And just like that, the Patriots are inside Kaukauna territory once again. they will set up shop with Ryan Waters back out there. They'll head over there and celebrate with their fans. They did travel well, Appleton East did. So far, both teams have had the ball once in this one, and both have been unable to score. Handoff, and he's stopped right at the line. No gain on the run. Adrian Scaife on the run for the Patriots. Scaife last week did not record any stats. He did have 2 receptions, 29 yards, and a touchdown against Oshkosh West in week 7. Scaife both used as a running back and defensive back. Takes a snap, looking for options, goes up the middle, and he's gonna fight his way for about 5 on the carry. That was Alex Thompson. Thompson decided to keep it himself. It's mostly been used as a rushing threat this season. Thompson has 404 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns for the Patriots. Brings up a 3rd and 4. Four men in the backfield. Almost like a wishbone formation. Thompson, while keeping himself, he's met at the line and he's stuffed. In on the stop, Hunter Myers again. And again, they force a 4th down to this Appleton East offense. And again, it looks like the punt team will go out there. 4th and 4, and that's more than 4. 4th and 6. 4th and 6 is the call. Alex Thompson will line up in punt formation as Weinberg trots out there to receive at about his 10-yard line. Snap. It's a clean snap this time, and a clean exchange on the punt. Bounces inside the 10, now inside the 5, and it's going to sit right at the 4-yard line. So after the last possession where Thompson's punt was partially blocked, only went for about 15, this time he has some clean protection and downs it inside the 5-yard line. Clock will stop with 4:09 remaining in this opening quarter. And that's where Ryan Carroll and the Ghosts will take over. Be sure to check out boundwisconsin.com for score, standings, stats, and written content throughout the week. That's where I get my stats. That's boundwisconsin.com, and you can find your stats there too. Reardon lines up behind Carroll. Takes a snap, hands it off to Reardon. Reardon cuts it back inside, and he's going to fight his way for around 4 yards on the run. It's kind of what I expected to see out of Kaukauna, is just to run the ball, especially if they're worried at all about Ryan Carroll's health after he was out last week and quite a few weeks as well. Brings up a 2nd and 5 after the run by Reardon. We'll split off 2 receivers to the left side. Stands in the pistol formation. Snap. Handoff goes to Reardon. Reardon on the left side across his offensive lineman and fights his way across the 15-yard line to the 17-yard line. A pickup of 7 on the carry, and he'll move the chains. 1st down and 10. Carroll will head back out there to give his play call at about 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Splits the offense, and he'll send 2 receivers each side. 4-man defensive front for the Patriots. They'll have 5 in coverage. Carroll looks to the left side. He's got his man, Schwalbach. Schwalbach near that 1st down marker again. He's around the 30-yard line. He'll be tackled actually at the 28, I believe. but that's enough for a first down, a gain of 12. Tyler Schwalbach, the sophomore, he's seen a lot of opportunities as a sophomore, 311 yards. He's averaging 22 yards per catch and has 2 touchdowns this season. Again, they'll have 2 receivers each side. Muhammad Job now stands to the left of Ryan Carroll. Carroll snap, handoff to Job. Job goes up the middle. He'll be tackled down at around the 32-yard line. Pickup of 4. It'll be 2nd and 6. Fast-moving first quarter here in Kaukauna. Still no score. Now the Ghosts will move quickly. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Job remains out there, giving Reardon a little bit of a break. Carroll motions Weinberg across the offense. Looks both ways. Gets the snap. He'll hand it off to Job. Job again goes up the middle, but this time the Patriots defense sniffs that one out. J.J. Poshton on the stop, made his presence felt, went right up the gut and met Job at the line of scrimmage. That brings up a 3rd and 7. Big 3rd down for Kaukauna. Last time it was 3rd and long. That's when Carroll threw the interception. They'll go with an empty backfield. 3 receivers right side, 2 to the left. Carroll is going to try to run for it, but he's sacked. Taken down by a pair of Appleton East defenders. Todd Marks was one of those 2 who made the stop. A loss of 2 on the play. We're under 40 seconds left in the opening quarter. And Kaukauna is going to be forced to punt. Weinberg to punt this one away. Berg Kozlowitz is deep to receive at the 32-yard line. It's a clean snap to Weinberg. The punt is away. It's a high spinning kick picked up by Kozlowitz at the 32-yard line, or 33-yard line they'll say. That's where he signaled for fair catch. And there is 11 seconds left in the first quarter. Birkin Heating and Cooling is your factory authorized Bryant dealer. Birkin Heating and Cooling services all makes and models. Now is the right time to get warm for winter with Birkin Heating and Cooling. Call 920-759-1478 and see Birkin Heating and Cooling on Facebook. Patriots back out on offense for their 3rd drive of the game. The snap, there goes the handoff. Cuts it inside near the 35-yard line, does Cruz. And Cruz will gain about 2 or 3, they'll say, actually, on the carry. And the clocks have hit 0 in this opening quarter. Once again, it's 0-0. This is Wisconsin High School football on Zaleski Sports.
Hi friends, are you a retiree like myself and have some spare time and wanting to meet new people? I drive school bus for Kaukauna Buses. I enjoy seeing many smiling faces, and I still have time for the activities I enjoy. Kaukauna Buses offers a flexible schedule, and it's a well-paid part-time job. It's the perfect balance of work and play. Come join me make a difference in your community. Visit Kaukauna.com for more information and to find a Kaukauna terminal near you.
Welcome back to Kaukauna High School as the teams will swap ends of the field. Appleton East will now move from right to left on your screen in their white uniforms and red bottoms. Ball is at the 36-yard line. Again, no score between these 2 squads. 2nd and 7 is the down and distance for the Patriots. Out there is Ryder Waters. He's got Cruz right next to him. Snap handoff goes to Cruz. Cruz does a flag on the play. A big pop by the Ghost defender is that time making the stop initially was Julian Becker. Popped him hard. A gain of about 4 on the run. But again, there is that flag on the play. And this one will definitely be coming back for holding. A 10-yard penalty will send it back to second down, but this time it'll be second and long. And this Appleton East offense loves to run the ball. It's going to make it a lot harder when it's 2nd and 17. Got to get a big gain here. We'll send 3 receivers off to the left side of Waters and 1 to the right. Bends down, takes a snap. He's going to fake the throw instead, decides to hand it off, and stopped behind the line of scrimmage is Cruz. Tackle for a loss from the Galloping Ghosts, and the Patriots will continue to move backwards. Again, that looked like Julian Becker was in on the stop once again. He's been flying around defensively for the Ghosts. 3rd down and 19. Similar formation as the last one for Appleton East. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Waters tries a hard count now, takes a snap, backs up in the pocket, looks deep down the field, he's going to scramble, tosses it all the way incomplete. He was intending that pass for Savades. Over his head though by about 5 yards, and it's incomplete. So 4th and 19 after the errant throw from Ryder Waters. And again, both teams haven't really shown anything offensively through a quarter and about a minute and a half. Weinberg again to receive this punt, stands at his own 34-yard line. Alex Thompson, the punter, will look to send this one away. He's averaging 37 yards a punt this season. Gets a snap and sends it high in the air. Calling for a fair catch, telling everybody to move out of the way is Weinberg. Weinberg will end up picking it up though. Bounced right into his hands, but because he had already signaled for fair catch, he couldn't advance that one. And at the 29-yard line of the Galloping Ghosts, that is where they will take over in this second quarter. Fox Valley Tool and Die is a precision machine job shop that supplies critical machine components for a range of customers, from Fortune 100 companies to local paper mills. Contact us today, 920-766-9455. 2 receivers each side for Ryan Carroll. Right next to him is Muhammad Job. Excuse me, that was Reardon out there next to him. Keeper this time, though, for Reardon. Reardon's going to have enough for the first down. That time he faked the handoff to Reardon and instead ran for it himself, picked up 12 or 13 on the run, moves the chains, it's first down and 10. We'll spot the ball at the 42-yard line. Really, that feels like it's been the only first down of the day for the Galloping Ghosts. But they just haven't been able to move the ball. I mean, they got to get at least a couple of these first downs together if they want to try to build some momentum offensively. Bunch formation to the top of your screen. Carroll drops back, looks for Bauer, and over his head, incomplete. Bauer was looking for maybe a holding call. On the coverage that time was Adrian Schaaf, the senior defensive back. There was no flag on the play, and that brings up second and 10. Schwalbach will check out of the game. And again, they send 3 receivers to the left side of Ryan Carroll. Aiden Reardon in the backfield. Carroll surveys the defense, takes a snap, fakes the handoff, instead tosses it out to a screen pass to Kavanaugh Weinberg. Weinberg on the left side has enough for the first down. Now there is a flag. No, yeah, there is a flag on the play. It's on the far side, right next to the Appleton East sideline. We'll have to sort this one out. It was a nice catch and run, though, from Weinberg. Pickup of nearly 15. Now the referees will come together and sort this one out. This one might be coming back. They'll have a conversation at about the 44-yard line, and here comes the call. And it is holding on the Ghost. That'll back him up 10 yards. So that will negate a really positive play. It doesn't back him up too much because of where the foul occurred, because it's 10 yards from where that occurred. So they only are going to lose about 3 or 4 yards. Carroll will set up shop once again. Carroll drops back in the pocket, looks to the right side. He's got his man in Schwalbach. Schwalbach inside of Appleton East territory where he's spun out of bounds. Big pickup on the pass from Carroll to Schwalbach. That sets him up for a 1st and 10. They did say that he got there. It looked pretty close. Couldn't tell where his forward momentum stopped him. But indeed a fresh set of downs for Kaukauna. Appleton East again with that 4-man front. 3 receivers left side for Carroll. Carroll with the snap. Again looking for the screen pass, finds Weinberg. Weinberg, he'll lose one defender and taken out of bounds. Oh, it's kind of dangerous, but ended up kind of ducking over the top of that play. Was taken out at the 45-yard line of the Patriots. Pickup of 3 on the reception. That'll bring up a 2nd and 7. They must be seeing something that they like out of this Appleton East defense. They want to continue to run some of those screen plays, and really it kind of comes down to just put the ball in your best receiver's hands. And their best receiver this season has been Weinberg, and they've been trying to target him so far on this one. Snap goes to Carroll, handoff to Reardon. Reardon cuts it back, pushes his way for a gain of around 3. That brings up 3rd down. Ball will be spotted at the 43-yard line of the Patriots. It's 3rd and 5. We're under 8.5 to go until halftime. Neither team has been able to put anything up on the scoreboard. 4 receivers out there for Carroll. 3 right, 1 left. Carroll with the snap. He'll hand it off to Reardon. Reardon goes up the gut where he's met. And did he get there? This one's going to be close. He was met near that line to gain. Ended up being pushed back. We'll have to see where his forward momentum stopped him. And the referees will look, and it is 4th down. It's about 4th and inches. 4th and maybe a foot. Ball is at not the 39-yard line of the offense. Remains out there for the Ghosts. Carroll lines up in the shotgun with Reardon right next to him. Surveys the defense. And I think there might have been a false start on the Ghosts. Nearly that whole left side of the offensive line began to move. And it is a false start. So when you needed about a foot, instead you get a false start. And that'll back you up 5 yards. And now the student section for the Patriots decides to get into it. 4th and 6 is what the officials deem as the down and distance as the clock runs. And again, the offense remains out there for the Ghosts. 2 receivers split off to each side. Reardon in the backfield next to Carroll. In motion, Gussman across, and I believe we have a timeout. Yes, We do. And we will send it to a quick break right here on Zaleski Sports.
I actually described Fox Valley Tech as a home away from home.
It was very comforting that it was a class size of 20 people or less.
Cost is a huge factor. When I look at Fox Valley Technical College, you're not spending that much for a degree.
If I was 30 when I went back to school here, I have had no regrets.
I think the hands-on training really sets us apart.
They will do anything to make sure that you succeed. You are going to get the education that you came for.
Welcome back to Zaleski Sports here at Kaukauna High School. Still nothing. 6:53 to go until halftime. It's a big 4th down and 6. Ball is on the 44-yard line of the Patriots. The Ghost offense remains on the field. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Reardon in the backfield. Carroll with the snap. He backs up, looks to elude some defenders, rolls out to his right side. He's going to try to run for it, pushed out of bounds. He's not going to get there. And he'll be stopped short of that line to gain. Turnover on downs. Patriots offense will run back out there. Some good coverage down the field and some good pressure on Carroll if you're an Appleton East defender, making him scramble for it. Really was going to have a tough play to even get there. He made it close. It came up about, a yard and a half short of that line to gain. So still neither team has been able to score in this one. And out comes the offense for the Patriots. Waters is going to flip that one over to Thompson. Thompson on the end around is stepped behind the line. Tackle for loss. Wyatt Romanesco on the end, able to stop Alex Thompson. Loss of 1 on the play. I'm sure Appleton East will continue to stick with that run attack, the run attack that averages them 155 rushing yards a game. Not really showing anything passing-wise this year. Even scoring-wise as well, only scoring an average of 13 points in each contest. Ryan Waters will set up his offense, but before that, we have a timeout on the field from Jarius James, and I think we got to get through some more of our commercials in this one just to make sure we do get through all of them. So with that, we'll send it to a short commercial break here on Zaleski Sports.
High school sports and entertainment, there's nothing like it, you can't contain it. Friday nights with hometown pride, Zaleski Sports is statewide hype. Cameras roll, the crowds go crazy, live stream gold, it's never lazy. Play so big, you'll replay it twice, coverage bold, it's really nice. High school sports and entertainment, there's nothing like it, you can't contain it. Hometown hype, we lift it higher. Zaleski Sports, we bring the fire.
Welcome back to Kaukauna High School. It's 2nd and 11, a long throw, and he completes the catch. Only going to be a pickup of maybe 2. It was a nice grab from Michael Morales. Morales has had 14 receptions. He leads the Patriots this year in receptions and reception yards. Has 176 of those receiving yards. Brings up a 3rd and 8, so he picked up 3 on that catch. Ball is on the 42-yard line. 2 receivers each side for Waters. Waters takes a snap, drops back, looks, steps up in the pocket, now rolls to his right side, fires it over the middle. He's got his man again. That's Morales. He stopped well short of that first down marker, which was at the 50-yard line. Stopped about 6 yards short of it, and it brings up 4th down. And again, we have another punt in this one as Alex Thompson trots out there. Gavin Weinberg once again to receive for the Ghosts. Seen a couple of, kind of call them bad snaps from the long snapper in this one. Been pretty slow to get back there to Thompson. This one is more at his hip. Good punt by Thompson's going to force Kavanaugh Weinberg to kind of back up. He's going to let that one bounce, and it's picked up at the 2-yard line. And again, Thompson able to force the Ghosts deep inside their own territory. Or his last punt, it was at about the 4. This one, Weinberg decided to let it go over his head, and he was hoping that it was strong enough to reach the end zone. It wasn't, and it was grabbed at the 2-yard line. Advantage Machine has invested in the Machine Center, machine tools, metal inventories, and our people. Advantage Machine offers a first-class workspace to ensure the best quality, and with our responsive customer service, fair pricing, and on-time delivery. Call 920-462-4427 and see Advantage Machine on Facebook. So with the ball on their own 2-yard line, Ryan Carroll will give his instructions to his offense. 4:20 left in this second quarter. One receiver each side. Muhammad Job in the backfield. The snap, the handoff goes to Job. Job fights his way for maybe a yard. No, stop to the line of scrimmage, they'll say. The far side official looked like he was going to give him close to a yard, but instead met at the line. And this is even more difficult because now it's 2nd and 10, and you're still remained at your own, 2-yard line. Dangerously close to a safety here for the Ghosts. And again, Job in the backfield behind Carroll. He's got 2 receivers to the left side of him. Hands it off to Job. Job again met at the line by about 4 Patriots. And this time there is a flag on the play. Just throwing on that far side. Aiden Reardon will trot out there, and Job will come off to the sideline. I believe it was on the defense. That's where they signaled at least. They will wind the clock, but it's 3rd down and 9 still. I don't think they moved it at all. It was kind of confusing. The referee really didn't point to which side it was on. But they're going to say it's 3rd and 9. So apparently Job did gain a yard on that last carry. Ball on the 3-yard line, and running to call a timeout is Matt Binsfield, the head coach for Kaukauna. And again, we will step aside for another break with 3:11 to go until halftime. This is Zaleski Sports.
Is a half-court shot a good investment strategy? Yeah, that's one question your bank will never ask. Hey, it's Brian Butch, former college and professional basketball player. Your bank will also never call, email, or text asking for your username, password, or PIN. That's a total scammer move. Abbey Bank and the American Bankers Association are teaming up to help you spot scams, fight fraud, and protect your money. Think you can outsmart the scammers? Test your scam IQ at banksneverasksthat.com. This ad is sponsored by Abbey Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Kaukauna High School. Once again, 3:11 to go until halftime. It's 3rd and 9 at the Ghost 3-yard line. Carroll out there with Reardon right next to him. One receiver each side. Carroll drops back into his own end zone. Surveys, throws it deep down the field, looking for Schwalbach. Incomplete. Threw it into double coverage. It was knocked around. Eventually hit the ground. Schwalbach unable to come up with it. kind of underthrown as well. Didn't come out of Carroll's hand right. At least it didn't look like it. It wasn't a very tight spiral. And it's 4th and 9. And Weinberg will have to stand about 9 yards deep in his end zone to punt this one away. To receive it once again for the Patriots is Kozlowitz. Kozlowitz stands at the Ghost 45. The punt is away. It's a wobbler, and it's going to bounce inside of their own 30-yard line of Kaukauna down to around the 24-yard line. So extremely good field position coming for the Appleton East Patriots. That one, I mean, it's tough because if you're Weinberg, you don't got a lot of room back there. You're lined up 9 yards deep in your own end zone. Didn't get a whole lot of it. The wind has not been helping him either. It was going right into his face. And that time, the wind just completely stopped it once it got in the air, and the backsmith on it took it to the 24-yard line. So a complete flip of the field for Appleton East. They, initially it was a good punt from Thompson to set Kaukauna up deep in their own territory, and that's why you play that game, because then you get a good field position like this. Gain of around 2 on the run from Cruz that time. Is getting amped up over there for the Ghosts is Luke Tetzlaff. Came up on the stop. 2nd and 8. And this half has been very, very fast. It's only 7:45, and I mean, we're under 2.5 to go until halftime. Ball on the 22-yard line of Kaukauna. One receiver each side. Snap goes back to Thompson. Thompson this time, who's in at quarterback, will take it himself. A little bit of a misdirection. And he's stopped at the 20-yard line. Brings up a 3rd and 6. The Appleton East kicker did not look especially convincing during the pregame warm-ups. So you're kind of wondering here, what would they do if they're stopped? Rowan Higgins, the sophomore kicker, he's 0 of 3 this year on field goals. The crowd in Kaukauna on their feet. One receiver each side, and they got 3 in the backfield once again. Again, another wishbone-like formation. Timeout on the field, and again, Jarius James wants to talk things over. We'll keep this one here, though. Fox Valley Tech, each year more than 6,000 high school students get a head start on their college education thanks to dual credit classes made possible by Fox Valley Technical College. These are college-level classes that high school students take for free, saving on average more than $600 per student. Learn more at fvtc.edu/gettechnical. Travel Leaders Discovery specializes in creating personalized, unforgettable, and stress-free travel experiences for individuals, families, and groups of all sizes. Travel Leaders Discovery is a full-service agency booking beach vacations, cruises, hotel-only and air hotel, Disney, house rentals, business travel, romantic travel, and family vacations. Basically anywhere you want to go. Call Travel Leaders Discovery at 833-TL-TRIPS and visit www.tltrips.com. Bear Performance Marketing. Need a game plan that delivers marketing victories? Bear Performance Marketing is your full-service partner for strategic success. From brand development to social media marketing and promotional solutions, we streamline your marketing for maximum results. Learn more at BAERPM.com. Similar formation here for Appleton East. It's 3rd and 6, 1:26 to go until halftime. Waters backs up in the pocket, fires over to the right side. It's complete. 1st down, Patriots. Joshua Christensen on the reception is their 2nd leading receiver for the Patriots and gets them closer to pay dirt here. Taken out of balance at the 11-yard line, where again it's 1st and 10. Nice job from Waters to read the defense that time, and even better route from Christensen to find some open space on that far side and kind of cut back towards the sideline. Waters at quarterback. That is actually Thompson. No, it was Waters. Hands it off to Cruz. Cruz gets near the goal line here. He's going to come up about 3 yards short, though. Cruz. And we have a timeout from Matt Binsfeld as he just wants to talk things over. Appleton East was going pretty fast, looking to set up and maybe catch the Kaukauna defense sleeping. 1 minute, almost exactly, to go in this first half. And if you're Appleton East, you got to stick with your bread and butter here. It's going to be a run either to Waters or Thompson or Cruz. They're going to have to rely, Kaukauna is going to have to rely on that defensive front. At the beginning of this game, they looked pretty good, especially guys like Hunter Myers and Wyatt Romanesco. They looked pretty strong up front, stopping the run, but later as this second quarter has gone on, Patriots have slowly been gaining more momentum and starting to put a drive together. And really, this drive was set up by the fact that Kaukauna was deep in their own end zone. Weinberg had to punt that one away. They got awesome field position. And it's 2nd and 2 for the Patriots. Waters the snap, is going to hand it off to Cruz. Cruz will be stopped for maybe 1. It was pretty close. I think he got about 1 on the carry. And again, we'll have a timeout. This time it's for an injured player, as I think that is Hunter Myers, but he got up. They're going to go over there and just kind of check in on him. He's going to end up limping off the field. I don't think there will be a timeout after all, as he will jog off. That's disappointing to see if you're a Kaukauna fan. Very unfortunate. I mean, this guy's been really a leader of this defensive squad all season. So far this year, he has 44 total tackles. He was second team FVA last year. It's a guy that you need in there in these situations. 1 receiver each side. Snap goes to Waters. He's going to hand this one off. Cutting it back to the left side, finding his way to the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Patriots. They strike first and take a 6-0 lead. Aiden Cruz on the run, started going towards the middle, cut it back outside, bounce it across the face of the defensive line for Kaukauna, ended up diving his way into the end zone. A very nice physical run from him. Setting up for the extra point now is Rowan Higgins. The snap is clean, the kick is up. It was low, but it is good, and just like that, Appleton East adds another one. It's 7-0. Patriots on top of the Ghosts with 33 seconds left until halftime. This is WIAA football on Zaleski Sports.
Located on County Road KK, Birkin Heating and Cooling has proudly served Kaukauna for over 30 years. As a Bryant Factory authorized dealer, we offer top-quality Bryant and Payne products. We specialize in furnaces, air conditioners, boilers, new home construction, remodels, and April air humidifiers, serving for both residential and commercial needs. Plus, we service all makes and models, offering 24-hour emergency service. Call us today at 920-759-1478 and let Birkin take care of your heating and cooling needs.
Welcome back to Kaukauna High School. Patriots just added a score, so it's 7-0 as we approach the end of this second quarter. 33 seconds remaining until halftime. Appleton East will kick off To receive this one is Cavi Weinberg. Alex Thompson takes his steps back. Checks for his kickoff unit and fires it down the field. Weinberg will let it go over his head into the end zone. And with 33 seconds left, Ryan Carroll and his offense will trot out there to take over. Really unfortunate for the Ghosts on that last drive when they got pinned inside their own territory. Really couldn't move the ball at all. Got a 1 yard during that drive. It made it very difficult for Weinberg to punt out of his own end zone. And that's how Appleton East got set up with some very, very good field position. 3 receivers top of the screen, 1 to the bottom. Carroll is just going to dump this one off on a screen pass to Reardon. Reardon fights his way across the 25-yard line down to about the 29-yard line. Clock will run in this one. 2nd and 1. And it still runs right about 15 seconds, so not really running up to the line. I don't think they're going to really try to add some more points on the board before halftime. And they do snap it just before the buzz. Already dropped it, though. Rolls out. Looks down the field, still scrambles, cuts it back inside, fires it down the field towards Schwalbach, incomplete, knocked away at the very last second. Caden Laumer came up with the deflection, the defensive back for Appleton East, and that will end the first half of action here in Kaukauna. 7-0 is your score with Appleton East on top of the Galloping Ghosts. We'll step aside for a halftime break and have the entire second half right here on Zaleski Sports.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cefalotiri, Kefla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy.
Sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hard Knocks on Zaleski Sports is presented by Security Health Plan. SecurityHealth.org is your portal to find your plan, a doctor, prescription tools, and more. For 24/7 access and all the tools and resources needed to improve your well-being, right at your fingertips, visit SecurityHealth.org.
What day is it? That's Tackle Tuesday! If that's That's the energy today. Let's try this again. What day is it? It's Tackle Tuesday! What day is it? It's Tackle Tuesday!
After a missed opportunity in Valdez last Friday, the sense of urgency around Zephyrs football is the highest it's been all season. The team is 1-2 with a chance to get back to 500 with Chilton coming to town this Friday. But the Zephyrs are not just trying to hang in there and survive. The goal is to dominate no matter what it takes. This is a different football team than in years past, and players are well aware of it. And praise like good effort just isn't good enough anymore. And on this particular Tackle Tuesday, it becomes clear before they're even done with their Zephyr Jacks that the intensity has been ramped up. As they run, Coach Peterson's words of "work to be first" can be heard ringing out across the entire athletic complex. Words that perfectly exemplify the effort these coaches expect out of their players. So, after their second set of Zephyr Jacks, they get to run again. For their third set of Zephyr Jacks, senior Zeke Hennessy rallies everybody on the team to give every last ounce of energy they've got.
We gotta be even louder! Are you ready? Yeah! Ready? Begin! Hey, that's not loud enough! Break it down better, let's go! Hey, Zephyrs on me! Zephyrs on me! 1, 2, 3, Zephyrs!
Now it's time to really get to work. It is Tackle Tuesday after all. Throughout the practice, the focus is effort, effort, effort. And after a game that they felt like they could have won, Elliot Reichenbacher says that effort might be the difference this Friday.
We just gotta fight more. Like our defense fought, but I feel like just coming out after a loss like that, it sucks. But we should be mad about it. We should be upset that we lost that game because, like you said, winnable game. I think we need to fight for this next game against Chilton. It'll be a battle, but I think it's definitely a winnable battle if we just fight and come through with that energy that we needed last game against Valdez.
It almost seemed like the practice today had some of that kind of angry energy in there. Do you think that will help you guys for Friday?
Absolutely, and I think that it's needed for our coaches. Like everyone, nobody likes conditioning, but I think definitely coming out at the beginning, we deserve to run after last game. We just need to get mad. Use that anger just as fighting fuel. Use it to come out there, be your best self, because I hate losing.
Pretty good practice today. Took a little bit to get you guys started, though. I was off the field for a minute dealing with some stuff. Coach Peterson, I think, got the old Kickstarter going.
Yeah, I found it again.
Yeah. Something like that. There was some kicking involved, right?
It was kicking.
All right. Hey, sometimes we got to do that, right? But you guys responded well. That's what we're talking about, right? Well, we had that down period yesterday, and we didn't respond well when we started back up. You guys responded today. That's what we're looking for. Response to adversity. Come back, be better, do things better. Oh, where's Ripsaw? Ripsaw, get up. Hey, Ripsaw!
I'm not gonna lie. I turned into evil Zeke when the first line O-line kind of gave it to him.
But he took it like a champ. Give it to him.
Yeah! I hope you're talking about that for the next 4 years. I hope when you're a senior, you get to do that to some freshmen. No, Chuck.
Zephyrs on me, Zephyrs on 3. 1, 2, 3, Zephyrs!
Now let's see how that effort carried over into Friday. Chilton Tigers are in town for week 4, coming off a 23-0 loss against Brillion last week. Both these teams are 1-2, both teams looking to get to 500 tonight. As if the stakes weren't already high enough, the Zephyrs have been thrown a curveball for this week. Quarterback Maddox Dwyer out with an injury. Junior Tarver Trinkner has the tall task of stepping in.
Tonight's the night we stop doing it to ourselves. Fair? We're going to go and execute, like at a whole different level. The only people that have ever stopped us is us, if you know that. We're 3-4 games in now, right? The only people that have stopped us is us. That's up to us to change, right? It's all up to us to change that. Let's do it.
Opening kickoff of the game is going to be fielded by Elliot Reichenbacher at his own 20-yard line, and he's going to get this all the way out towards the 40 for a nice return. Then Reichenbacher's going to get his first 10 rushing yards of the night as he goes for a first down right out of the gates. Tarver Trinkner on the keeper here, and he's going to get this up for about 15 yards, and the Zephyrs offense is rolling right away. High snap, but Trinkner's able to get a clean handoff to Reichenbacher, who's got another 10 yards on this one. But let's get a little instant replay. Check out Brady Detterman, the junior right guard, knocking down 3 guys on his pancake block. That's every O-lineman's dream right there. Then it's another keeper for Trinkner and another first down for the Zephyrs. Reichenbacher gets another turn at it here, bursting for another 15 yards. Then on 1st and goal, Tarver Trinkner is going to punch it in himself from about 4 yards out, and the Zephyrs made it look really easy on their opening drive. Chilton on offense now, their first set of downs, but it's going to be a 3-and-out after this incompletion here. Jordan Schmitz is out to punt it away for Chilton, but it is not a good one. This is only going to net about 25 yards, and it's great field position for the Zephyrs. And after a 10-yard penalty, Trinkner's going to get most of that yardage back with Dominic Osgood here over the middle. But the drive would stall out. Chilton back on offense. They try to go to Jordan Schmitz, but it's a fumbled handoff, and the Zephyrs recover it. And on the very first play after the fumble, it's Elliot Reichenbacher taking it for a 20-yard rushing touchdown, and the Zephyrs are up 14-0 early. Alexa Quinones boots it away for the Zephyrs, and it's picked up off the ground by Caleb Wiegert, who's able to find room to run, somehow gets it all the way out past the 40-yard line in traffic. Then on 3rd and about 8, Chilton quarterback Lucas Groschel is going to roll to his right and find Jordan Schmitz, who somehow manages to keep his feet in bounds for this catch. A couple plays later, Groschel takes it on a QB keeper, and he shows off that speed, easily picking up a first down inside the 25. But on a 2nd and medium, Caleb Wiegert's going nowhere. Zeke Hennessy is the first one to disrupt him, loss of yardage. Then on 3rd down, rolling left, Groschel wants the touchdown pass to Mason Ludwig, but finds Mason Wagner instead, and the Zephyrs have their second takeaway of the game. Back on offense now for the Zephyrs, and right back to work for Elliot Reichenbacher, making 9 yards look easy on 1st and 10. But you thought that was something? Try this one on for size. Reichenbacher's going to go right through the middle of that line and leave everybody in the dust on his way to a 56-yard rushing touchdown. They tack on the extra point, and the Zephyrs are up 21-0. Next drive for Chilton. Groschel's going to do it with his feet again on 3rd and 6, and he's going to get really close to a first down on that far sideline. Then on 4th and inches, the snap is going to go right to Caleb Wiegert, who doesn't miss a beat. Easy first down. A little tricky here on 2nd and 11. Braden Analo finding a lot of open space there. Good open field tackle here at the end by Mason Wagner to stop it from being worse. Then on a 3rd down for Chilton, I wish I could count how many yards Lucas Groschel runs on this play. Going to come all the way back around and find that first down on the near sideline before he is introduced to George Voss.
If it's twins and they motion across, they have an advantage. We have to cat and dog that to give us the advantage. If they line up in trips, one of the strong safeties have to then travel. Come on, come on, come on. Get the water. I'll let you know though.
Zephyrs almost find themselves another takeaway here as the snap is fumbled, but the Tigers are lucky to fall back on it. Then on a 4th and long, Groschel trying to make something happen, scrambling all over the place before he is finally tracked down by Riker Timmerman and Max Vosters. Zephyrs kneel it out to take a 21-0 lead into halftime, but their coaches are far from satisfied.
I play like we're down 3 on defense. Every play call that we call, I'm down 3, we need the ball back. You understand that? I don't care what the scoreboard says. It could say 99-0. We were down 3, we need the ball back, we gotta get 3 and outs, and we gotta stay in our alignment, on our assignment, and then attack that! That's the 3 things we talked about! What of the 3 do we not get? Right now is your time. Well, raise your hand.
You got to learn, and as you're trying to learn, we're learning to become a good football team, right? This is what good football teams do. Good football teams bury average football teams. You don't just play around with them because you got a 21-point lead. That's what average teams do. We didn't train average. We didn't condition you average. That's why you're in better shape than they are, because we don't do average. You understand that? That's why Coach Peterson's so upset. We don't do average. Does that make sense? Yes, Coach.
Can the Zephyrs keep their foot on the gas for the second half? On the second play of the half for Chilton, they're going to keep it on the ground with Groschel, and he's just so hard to bring down, making people miss all over the place and find a first down. But on the next play, they're going to try to go to Caleb Wiegert, who is swarmed by blue jerseys, Reichenbacher and George Voss, the first 2 there. It would end up forcing the Tigers to punt, and then a familiar sight for the Zephyrs. The snap gets by the punter, and he falls on it in the end zone. Zephyrs force a safety and are up 23-0.
Before, that's middle school football is what that is. That means they can't beat us heads up, so they got to play some middle school game. That's all that is. Do your jobs, you're just fine. Finish. Sure? Let's finish. Let's punch this thing in. What do you think, Coach?
O-line. Where the hammer's underneath. It's as simple as that, right? What do we say? All gas, no brakes. That's what we said before the game. All gas, no brakes. The rest of the thing. Let's go.
On the Zephyrs' next drive, Trinkner is going to go to the air and find Mason Wagner with a nice ball over the middle, and that offense has not slowed down a bit. Trinkner takes it himself on this 1st and 10, making a couple guys miss, and he finds about 6 yards. Then on 4th and 1, it's Trinkner again. They can't bring him down, and it's another first down. 2 plays later, Trinkner wants to go back to the air, rolling to his left, and he's able to find Mason Wagner 25 yards downfield for another first down. Then who else to put the cherry on top of the drive but Elliot Reichenbacher punches it in for his 3rd rushing touchdown of the day, and he's going to let you know about it. Zephyrs up 30-0 now. Chilton needs to make something happen. Here's Caleb Wiegert with a really nice rush. He's going to make people miss all the way out to the 50-yard line. 4th quarter now, Groschel with a little pitch to Wiegert, who's going to pick up a first down on a 3rd and short, brought down by Zeke Hennessy. Then Wiegert, going back the other way, is going to pick up about 20 yards here, but there's a penalty downfield. First down counts, but they're going to be backed up a little bit. Then on 2nd down from the 21-yard line, the handoff is going to go to Braden Nanalo, who zips all the way into the end zone, and the Tigers are finally on the board in the 4th quarter. They would miss the extra point, and they are down 30-6. On the ensuing kickoff, they try an onside kick, but it hits one of their own players before the ball can travel 10 yards, and the flags come out. Zephyrs with the ball again, and now they're going to go with the end around to Luke Fairweather, and you know how this guy is when he's in the open field. Hugging that left sideline, but he's pushed out of bounds before he can turn it into a touchdown. Down near the end zone now, Trankner's going to go with the play action and find Dominic Osgood in the end zone for a touchdown, his first passing touchdown, and he deserves it after the effort today. Extra point.
Welcome back to Kaukauna High School. My name is Jacob Link, and it is 7-0 right now at the half between Appleton East and the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts. Kaukauna will receive the second half kick with Cavi Weinberg deep to receive. Looking at scores from around the WIAA, #1 Arrowhead leads Kettle Moraine 22-0. Muskego on top of Mugwanago 35-0. Plymouth on top of Beaver Dam 14-13. That's going to be a big game to keep an eye on just because of the fact that last time I was looking at the projections, if Beaver Dam were to win, they would have a very good shot at taking one of the final places in the new playoff format away. And coming out of this break, they initially lined up like they were going to do an onside. Appleton East did, but instead they'll trot over Alex Thompson will to take his normal steps. Haven't seen any updates really around the FVA for scores except Hortonville leads #3 Neenah 14-0. The kick is away from Thompson. Weinberg to receive at the 5-yard line. He runs across the left side, still going across the 20, up near the 25-yard line where he's upended, and that's about where Ryan Carroll and the Kaukauna offense will take over. They really could not move the ball at all in that first half, the Galloping Ghosts. And really the only 7 points on the board were because of a field position thing where Kaukauna ended up having to punt deep in their own end zone. And just the brutal wind here right now at this game, Weinberg's punt rolled back well inside the 30-yard line, and that's kind of how Appleton East was able to come up with their score. First pass out of the break, though, is over to Weinberg. Weinberg fights his way on the sideline where he's shoved out of bounds late. That's going to be a flag. Late hit out of bounds will be the call on that one as Carroll fired it over to Weinberg. Kind of tiptoed the sideline, had enough for the first down, was out of bounds near the 45-yard line, and then was shoved out of bounds after that, after the referees had already blown him dead. This will be a big penalty, and it should move Kaukauna inside of Patriot territory. And it was the personal foul, just like we expected. I can only imagine what head coach Matt Binsfield talked to his team at halftime about. And I have to assume it was something along the lines of, you guys just got to wake up. This is a must-win game if you're the Galloping Ghosts, sitting at right now 3-3 in conference play. You need one more victory to solidify your spot. Make sure your spot is certain in the upcoming playoffs. Handoff goes to Reardon after the penalty. Reardon up the gut. Reardon is going to get about 7 or 8 yards on the carry. Ball spotted at the 34-yard line, and Ryan Carroll wants to move quickly. Snap, handoff to Reardon once again. This time he tries to bounce it onto the right side of the offense, but this time he'll be stopped for a gain of maybe 1. Brings up about 3rd and inches as the clock rolls. 3rd and 1 is the official ruling on the scoreboard. Ball is at the 33-yard line. And already, Kaukauna's offense looks better than any other drive that they had in that entire first half. 3 receivers on the left side for Carroll. Carroll will hand it off to Reardon once again, but this time he stopped. But did he get there? The second effort from Reardon. He was initially stopped behind the line. Fought through 3 Patriot defenders, and he might have gotten that first down. I'll come up with the spot And what will they say? They'll say it was enough for the first down. They'll move the chains. Took them a little bit to look back at the sticks. But it's 1st and 10 at the 32. Similar formation as the last play. This time, though, Carroll fires it over to Weinberg. Weinberg, with defenders in front of him, is able to knock his way down to the 23-yard line. A pickup of 9 on the catch and run from Weinberg. We saw that play a couple of times in the first half. They just want to get some of those blockers out in front of them. And some good blocks thrown by their wideouts. And again, a very similar pass over to Weinberg again. This time he's got enough for the first down, and he's knocked out of bounds inside the red zone. And with his elusiveness and his speed, he's able to get past pretty much everybody. And it really helps when you got 2 receivers that can block very well, like the Ghosts do, and Gustman and Schwalbach. Again, bunch formation at the bottom of the screen. And again, it goes to Weinberg. Weinberg across the 15, goes square into a man and knocks him backwards inside the 10. Weinberg's been rumbling his way down towards that end zone the last couple of catches. Has fought his way to the 9-yard line where it's 1st and goal. This time they'll switch up the formation. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. Handoff goes to Reardon. Reardon cuts his way up the middle, gain of 4, I believe, on the carry. They'll say he was taken down at the 6-yard line. It's 2nd and goal. Really starting to see the mix of run and pass from Coach Binsfeld in this Kaukauna offense. They've been pretty balanced all year. 114 rushing yards a game, up around 200 passing yards a game. They finally put together themselves a very strong drive. Carroll takes a snap. He rolls out to the right side, looks down the field to the end zone. Incomplete. Knocked away at the very last second. And it's 3rd and goal. Pearson Bauer was the intended target inside the end zone. Just had it knocked away at the last minute. Ball still on the 6-yard line. But the Ghosts are threatening. Carroll breaks the huddle. He'll line up with Reardon right next to him. 1 receiver each side. It's Bauer and Schwalbach. Carroll takes a snap. He'll hand it off to Reardon. Reardon cuts to the left side. He's got an opening. End zone touchdown. And the Ghosts are an extra point away from tying this game at 7. Aiden Reardon bounced it to the outside. Really had no one in front of him and was able to walk into the end zone. Weinberg will run out there for the extra point attempt after the 6-yard score from Reardon. That's Reardon's 9th rushing touchdown of the season. He was a first-team All-FEA running back last year, and he very well could be once again this year. Clean snap, the kick is up, and we are officially tied between the Galloping Ghosts of Kaukauna and the Appleton North Patriots. It's 7-7. We'll step aside for a quick break on Zaleski Sports.
Need a game plan that delivers marketing victories? Bear Performance Marketing is your full-service partner for strategic success. Offering comprehensive solutions that include brand development, social media marketing, branded products, and digital marketing. The goal is to streamline every aspect of marketing while maximizing results. With a focus on clear, transparent communication and a driven team ready to hustle, Bear Performance Marketing is your partner for marketing that outperforms the competition. Learn more at bearpm.com.
Welcome back to Zaleski Sports. It's 7-7 between the Ghosts and the Patriots. Coming out of the break, Weinberg will kick off. As Reardon a couple of moments ago found the end zone on a 6-yard rushing touchdown to even the score. And although the 15-yard penalty for the late hit on Weinberg really helped them on the drive, they finally found their stride offensively. They were finally able to put some strong runs together. They basically just got the ball into their best player's hand, which is Weinberg, and really some screen passes out to him set up a very strong drive. The kickoff from Weinberg, he got too much in the middle of the ball on that one. It's going to roll out of bounds on the wobbler. Went out of bounds at the 5, but of course flag on the play. You could tell on that one he just did not strike it cleanly, because usually balls go end over end when you kick them off at tee. That one just wobbled as he hit it right in the middle. Almost looked like a soccer ball taking flight. So after the penalty, ball will be at the 35-yard line, which is where the Patriots will take over. Appleton is preparing for their first drive of this third quarter. Ryder Waters sets up his offense. One receiver right, two to the left. He's got Cruz in the backfield. Snap goes to Waters, handoff goes to Cruz. Cruz will get one on the carry. Another good stop from the defensive front of the Ghosts. As Julian Becker was near the area, same as Mike Hill and Hunter Myers. These big guys up front, able to hold Cruz to just a yard. Cruz is a guy that is 806 rushing yards, or he had that many coming into this game, had 7 rushing touchdowns as well. They're going to split Cruz off to the outside. 3 receivers top of the screen. Tosses it over to Thompson, does Waters, and it's fired down the field. A trick play. It's complete to the 40-yard line. I don't think anybody would have expected that one. Carter Burnt ended up coming up with the reception. Threw it out to Thompson. Thompson has also been listed as a quarterback, so he does have an arm. Usually used as a running back, though. But a beautiful pass from him. And the trick play puts him into Ghost territory. Handoff goes to Cruz, and he's going to gain 2 on the carry. I'll bring up a 2nd and 8 for the Patriots. 7 minutes left in this third quarter. All squared away at 7 apiece. Waters breaks the huddle, has 2 receivers to his right and 1 to his left. He'll take the snap, and again they'll hand it off to Cruz. And that was Burnt, excuse me, on the carry. Nice gain from him, though, and it's inside the 35-yard line. Carter Burnt came in for just 1 run there, and Waters will set up his offense once again. Similar formation as the last one. And again, he'll hand it off. Men at the line, though, and driven back. Wyatt Romanesco was in there for the tackle. And it's 4th and 2. The offense remains out there for Appleton East. As Waters goes into the huddle, barks his instructions. 4th and 2. Ball is at the 34-yard line. 1 receiver each side. Burnt is right next to Waters. Waters puts a man in motion, drops back, looks down the field, fires, Incomplete. It hit the ground. Turnover on downs. Galloping Ghost will take over. That time, playing some good defense was Byer, the safety. I believe Lotzer was around the area as well. It was a very catchable ball from Joshua Christensen, but just couldn't hang on at the last moment. So Kaukauna will take over at the 34-yard line. 5:17 to go in the third. And after the drive that they had last time they had the ball, see what they can put together on their second drive of the third quarter. Handoff, or fake the handoff to Job, instead throws it over the middle on a slant to Weinberg. And that's a gain of about 7 on first down. 2nd and 3 is the call. That was a nice job from Carroll to really sell that handoff to Job, and instead you could kind of see at the bottom, moving in motion was Weinberg. Ran out for that slant right across the middle and had a nice gain. Snap goes to Carroll. Carroll steps into it, fires it down the field. It's caught! He completed the catch. Quentin Gussman went up over a defender, pulled it down, and the Ghosts are again inside Patriot territory. You could tell the way that he was loading up that Carroll was going to look for the long ball. Looked very confident in his throw. A confident reception from Gustman. Again, they put Weinberg in motion, dumps it off to him. Weinberg, with some room in front of him, goes inside the 30-yard line. They'll say he was down just at the 30-yard line. Gain of 4 on the catch and run. It'll be 2nd and 6. Job will check out and call it for a rest as Aiden Reardon back out there at running back. 2 receivers stand at each side for Ryan Carroll. Carroll with the snap, drops back, still looking, fires it down the seam. He's got his man! Aiden Reardon, his 2nd touchdown of the day. This time it's a receiving one, a 30-yard score, and the Ghosts are on top. (13-7), the Ghosts go on top as Weinberg trots out there again for the extra point. Out of the backfield that time went Reardon. Reardon went right up the middle. Nobody was there really to cover him. By the time he caught it, he was already in the end zone. Weinberg lines up. Snap is good. The kick is up. And that is good as well. It's 14-7. Kaukauna has scored 14 points already in this third quarter. We will step aside right here on Zaleski Sports.
We're back with better halves. Jane is looking for a better health plan. Jane?
I need someone who'll make time for me. So, how would you two get to know me?
You want time? I'll keep you on hold all night long.
He sounds gross.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I won't treat you like a number. I've got award-winning service and coverage made just for you.
Now that's better. Next up, networks.
.326 to go in the third quarter as we welcome you back to Zaleski Sports. It's 14-7 after the 30-yard touchdown reception from Aiden Reardon. Ghosts have scored 14 unanswered to take the lead. And on to kickoff is Ryan Meyer. He specializes in bloop kicks, so I'm assuming that's what we're going to see here. Really hasn't kicked it long, I don't think, any time that he's been in for the Ghosts this season. Whatever Coach Binsfeld said to this offense, though, it's completely turned things around in the second half. And it is a little bloop kick, going to be fielded at about the 12-yard line. Runs right up the gut. He's going to cut it back outside. This is a very good return from Kozlowitz, and he's across the 40-yard line down to the 42. That's where Appleton East will take over, 1st and 10. Now, if you're Patriots, you got to find a response here. Their drive was stymied the last time they were out there, and they got to put some first downs together. Snap, handoff goes to Cruz. Cruz around the left side, and he's driven back for a gain of maybe 1. On the stop that time was Dylan Lotzer. Lotzer, the senior, came up from the corner position. Met Cruz at the line, then they did say no gain. Cruz will take a seat off there on the bench, and it's 2nd and 10. Waters takes a snap, and he'll drop back. He's feeling pressure, and he's taken down. A sack from Luke Tetzloff. Came right off the edge, unblocked, chased him down, and it's a huge loss. Brings up a 3rd and long. Lost 11 on the sack from Luke Tetzloff. On senior night, he's going to remember that one. Now it's 3rd and 21. Ball is on the 31-yard line of the Patriots. 5 receiver set, empty backfield. Do they get a man to jump? Both sides kind of looking at each other. I think it might have been a false start, though. Waters maybe tried to apply a hard count to try to maybe get some of these yards back, but we'll await the call. And I think they just called it on Kaukauna, and they did. They did call that one on Hunter Myers. Myers tried to get the lineman to jump, but instead the referees deemed that he crossed the line of scrimmage. Brings up a 3rd and 16 now. A little bit more manageable if you're Appleton East, but still not an ideal situation. And the backfield remains empty. Waters with the snap. Tetzloff comes right at the gut again, throws it up in the air, not even close. It's 4th down. That time Tetzloff found the opening, ran right past the offensive line and straight into Waters. Waters was just lucky to get the pass away. 4th and 16 now, as they will indeed punt this one away. Weinberg, no, that is not Weinberg to receive. I believe that's Byer to receive for Kaukauna. The punt is away, and it's a line drive, going to bounce at the 38 and roll inside Kaukauna territory to the 23-yard line, and that is where the Ghosts will take over. We'll get through some more reads in just a second, and there's 1:30 to go in this 3rd quarter. Ryan Carroll on the offense trots back out there. They've looked a lot better overall. Be sure to check out boundwisconsin.com for scores, standings, stats, and written content throughout the week. That's where I get my stats. That's boundwisconsin.com, and you can find your stats there too. Carroll with the snap. He looks over the middle. Another slant pass, but Weinberg is lit up. I don't think he held on to that one. No, he did not. Brings up 2nd down. Dangerous throw to lead him over the middle like that. It was a hard hit. Ghosts on the 23-yard line. As Carroll comes from the sideline with the instructions. Carroll this season has 1,214 yards passing, 7 passing touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Carroll fakes the handoff, drops back, pump fakes, now moves to the left side. Is going to scramble for this one. He's across the 25, across the 30, across the 35, when he's finally upended at the 36-yard line. That's enough for a first down. Another great read from him. Identified that there was nothing downfield for him. Decided to scramble for it himself. He's been pretty effective on the run this year too. He's up to over 300 yards now rushing with 2 touchdowns. You can trust him when he gets out of the pocket. Sets him up at the 37-yard line, under a minute left in the third quarter. Empty backfield, 5 receivers set. Carroll takes a snap, drops back, rolls out again. He'll run for this one again as well. Eludes 1 defender and has a gain of 2 up to the 39-yard line where he's out of bounds. Brings up a 2nd and 8. Again, a must-win game for really both teams, but especially Kaukauna. You really want to secure that spot in the playoffs. And in the second half, they've looked like a completely different team. Bunch receiver set to the right side, 1 receiver to the left. Tosses it out to Weinberg, gets a screen in front of him, but coming up and making the stop will be the Patriots. 2 of them were right there. They sniffed out the play. A great job by Alex Thompson, who really does everything for Appleton East. And right by the man who was supposed to be blocking him. And kind of lit up Weinberg. It's going to be a loss of 2. Clock down to 6, now 5, now 4. Don't know if they're going to get one off before the end of the quarter. They do, though. Rolls out to the left side, and it's blocked. Zeros are on the clock after the block from Randy Mercedes. And that will do it for the third quarter. It remains 14-7, Kaukauna on top. When we come back, we'll have the final 12 minutes of action at Kaukauna High School. This is Zaleski Sports.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand.
Welcome back to Kaukauna High School. Fresh 12 on the clock as we begin the final quarter of play. Still 14-7, Kaukauna on top of Appleton East. Ball's on the 36-yard line of Kaukauna as they switched ends. Ghosts now move from left to right. Weinberg lined up in punt formation. And Koslowitz to receive for Appleton East as he lines up at about his 18. It's a fake. They faked it to the up man, the up back, and he is going to be driven down for a loss. They went for the fake that time on a 4th and 12. Lathan Hurst had it snapped right back to him. He's usually the one that barks out the play, but instead was snapped right to him. He tried to run for it. He didn't even really have a chance. Not sure what was going on down there on the Kaukauna sideline to make them want to call that play. They just handed field position right over to the Patriots. Ball is on the 35-yard line of the Ghosts, and again, Appleton East, like they had in the first half, has very, very good field position here. 2 receivers stand on each side. Snap to Waters. He's going to take it himself. Excuse me, that was Thompson. Thompson and Waters have been splitting time at quarterback. Thompson was in there that time. Gained 1 on the carry. It's 2nd and 9. It's going to have to come up to this defensive front for the Ghosts. They want to be able to kind of keep Appleton East out of field goal range. They're probably, maybe 10 yards from it. Snap again goes to Thompson, but this time he hands it off to Cruz. Cruz dives his way up around the 29-yard line where he's taken down. It's going to be a 3rd and manageable. And somebody's down on the Kaukauna sideline, so with that, we will step aside for an injury timeout on Zaleski Sports.
Located on County Road KK, Birkin Heating and Cooling has proudly served Kaukauna for over 30 years. As a Bryant Factory authorized dealer, we offer top-quality Bryant and Payne products. We specialize in furnaces, air conditioners, boilers, new home construction, remodels, and April air humidifiers, serving for both residential and commercial needs. Plus, we service all makes and models, offering 24-hour emergency service. Call us today at 920-759-1478 and let Birkin take care of your heating and cooling needs.
I actually described Fox Valley Tech as a home away from home.
It was very comforting that it was a class size of 20 people or less.
Cost is a huge factor. When I look at Fox Valley Technical College, you're not spending that much for a degree.
If I was 30 when I went back to school here, I have had no regrets.
I think the hands-on training really sets us apart.
They will do anything to make sure that you succeed. You are going to get the education that you came for.
Hey Fleet Farm fans, you asked, we listened. You wanted lower prices? You got them. In-store, online. We drop prices everywhere. Lower prices on summer favorites like Liquid Pool Shock, Griller's Gold Barbecue Pellets, and Airhead Towables. Lower prices on big name pet care like Purina Tidy Cats. Lower prices on Valvoline motor oils. All because you said so. Look for the bright green price drop signs to find new lower prices on everything you need for everyday life. Only at Fleet Farm.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Need a game plan that delivers marketing victories? Bear Performance Marketing is your full-service partner for strategic success. Offering comprehensive solutions that include brand development, social media marketing, branded products, and digital marketing. The goal is to streamline every aspect of marketing while maximizing results. With a focus on clear, transparent communication and a driven team ready to hustle, Bear Performance Marketing is your partner for marketing that outperforms the competition. Learn more at bearpm.com.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Welcome back to Kaukauna High School. We are just stepping aside for an injury break. It's taking a lot longer than everybody here may have hoped, and hopefully everybody's okay down there, but we are just going to kind of chill out for a little bit up here in the box and hope that everything is okay on the field.
you got them. In-store, online. We drop prices everywhere. Lower prices on summer favorites like Liquid Pool Shock, Griller's Gold Barbecue Pellets, and Airhead Towables. Lower prices on big-name pet care like Purina Tidy Cats. Lower prices on Valvoline motor oils. All because you said so. Look for the bright green price drop signs to find new lower prices on everything you need for everyday life. Only at Fleet Farm.
Zaleski Sports, my name is Jacob Link. It's 4th down and 7 for Appleton East at the Kaukauna 32-yard line. 14-7, the Ghosts lead the Patriots. Alex Thompson out there at quarterback. He'll take the snap. He's going to fake the handoff. Now throws it over the middle. It's deflected. Incomplete. Mike Hill got his paws up there to knock that one down. And Kaukauna takes over on downs. The pressure from straight up the gut has really intensified from this Kaukauna defense. And just like the offense, they have played outstanding since the start of this second half. And Ryan Carroll will trot out there to take over at the 32-yard line. He'll set up with the bunch formation that they've been liking to use in this third quarter. Gotta think they're gonna throw it to Weinberg. Instead, Carroll drops back to pass, throws it down the middle, incomplete. Weinberg flashed across the middle, but instead, Carroll was looking for Schwalbach at about the 50-yard line. A little bit low though, and it's incomplete. 2nd down and 10 for the Ghosts. They've had 2 really strong drives in the second half. They scored on a 6-yard rushing touchdown for Maiden Reardon, and you follow that up on the next drive with a 30-yard receiving touchdown. Carroll with the snap. He hands it off to Reardon. Reardon fights his way up the middle, crosses the 35-yard line up to around the 37-yard line. So pushing and shoving down the field. Fans were kind of wondering if there was going to be anything called on that. Referees say no, it's 3rd and 5. Now if you're the Ghosts, there's still a lot of time in this one, but if you can chew up some of that clock, make it difficult, put North in a tough place to even have an opportunity to score. On 3rd down, down the field the pass goes towards Bauer. Did he make the catch? Yes, he did. He caught it. Pearson Bauer. A huge reception from the pass from Ryan Carroll. Inside Appleton East territory. That catch takes the Ghosts. They're going to mark him down at the 27, and now the referees will talk things over. It looked pretty close from this angle if it was a catch or not. First referee came in and said it was. Now I think they're going to overrule it. And that's exactly what they did. They came together and said incomplete. The worst part about it is that the first official said it was complete. And then that's when they came together. Initially when I saw it, like I said, it was really close. Couldn't tell if he trapped it with the ground or not. And after the discussion, that's when they said that exactly happened, was that Bauer trapped it with the ground. And a mix of emotions on this sideline for Kaukauna. You get, really amped up after the catch, and now you're like, now we got to punt this one away and give it right back to the Patriots. Weinberg to punt from his own 25-yard line. And again to receive is Kozlowitz for Appleton East. He stands at about the 22. Snap goes back to Weinberg this time. Boots it away. It's a curling punt. Weinberg was ran into. No flag, though. Ball bounces around the 35-yard line. Takes an Appleton East bounce. And they're going to mark it down at the 36-yard line, which is where the Patriots will take over. And our coaching staff not happy about the fact that Weinberg was lit up after kicking that ball away. Birkin Heating and Cooling is your factory authorized Bryant dealer. Birkin Heating and Cooling services all makes and models. Now is the right time to get warm for winter with Birkin Heating and Cooling. Call 920-759-1478 and see Birkin Heating and Cooling on Facebook. Water is on for the Appleton East as he fires his first snap over the middle. That ball is complete. He's going to keep fighting his way as Savides. There was a flag on the play back by the line of scrimmage. And I think this one might be coming back. It was holding on Appleton East. After Savides pulled in a nice catch, the penalty will negate that. 1st and 20 for the Patriots now. Ball is at the 26-yard line. Clock will run, just under 9 minutes to go. 2 receivers each side. Waters takes a snap. He drops back, feels the pressure, and he's taken down. Another sack. Now some extracurriculars on the play. They might call this one on the Ghosts. Lathan Hurst corralled Waters on the sack, and then really both players didn't let the other one go, and then they threw the flag. Kaukauna fans not happy with that one. The referee's got to sort this one out again. Like I said, I'm pretty sure this one's on Kaukauna. And it was unsportsmanlike conduct on the Ghost defense. Just after you get that big sack. Very disappointing if you're a Kaukauna fan. And again, it looked like from this angle that both players didn't let the other one get up. So they'll reset the down and distance marker. Ball's on the 32-yard line. Snap, handoff, up the middle, and taken down for a gain of maybe nothing was Alex Thompson. Brings up a 3rd down and long. Say 3rd and around 14 yards to go. First down marker is the 46-yard line. Clock continues to roll. Appleton needs tasked to put a drive together. Besides the good field position, they haven't been able to move the ball effectively. 4 wide receiver setup, 2 to each side. Waters in the shotgun. He takes the snap, drops back, looks down the field, fires it deep. It is incomplete, nearly intercepted from Luke Tetzlaff, who is down on the field, and we might have another injury timeout. This is not looking good, so we will send it to another break on Zaleski Sports.
I actually described Fox Valley Tech as a home away from home.
It was very comforting that it was the class size of 20 people or less.
Cost is a huge factor. When I look at Fox Valley Technical College, you're not spending that much for a degree.
If I was 30 when I went back to school here, I have had no regrets.
I think the hands-on training really sets us apart.
They will do anything to make sure that you succeed. You are going to get the education that you came for.
Sports and entertainment, there's nothing like it, you can't contain it. Friday nights with hometown pride, Zaleski Sports is statewide hype. Cameras roll, the crowds go crazy, live stream gold, it's never lazy. Play so big, you'll replay it twice, coverage bold, it's really nice. High school sports and entertainment, there's nothing like it, you can't contain it. Hometown hype, we lift it higher. Zaleski Sports, we bring the fire.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sport. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Welcome back to Kaukauna High School. The Ghosts are on top 14-7 with 7:37 left. It'll be 4th and 13 for Appleton East. Very unfortunate again that there's been another injury to the secondary for Kaukauna. Tetzlaff has over 50 tackles this season for the Ghosts, including 2 tackles for loss. He was an all-FEA second-team member last year. A big part of this defense. He had a sack tonight as well. He's off on the field getting tended to by the trainers looking at his knee. But either way, still a big third down stop from the Ghosts. And the snap goes back on the punt. It's knocked into the air. Nobody's even deep to return for Kaukauna. They're just going to let this one roll inside the 20. It's going to bounce back and end up at the 21-yard line, which is where Ryan Carroll will take over. 7:26 left. Kaukauna will look to kill some more time off that clock. Fox Valley Tool and Die is a precision machine job shop that supplies critical machined components for a range of customers, from Fortune 100 companies to local paper mills. Contact us today at 920-766-9455. They will break the huddle. The Ghosts will. Have 2 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. Ball on the 21-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Carroll calling for the snap. He's going to hand it off to Reardon. Reardon goes up the middle. Is going to gain about 4 on the carry before he was upended at the 25-yard line. Brings up a 2nd and 6. I expect the Ghosts to really slow things down, try to make it as difficult as possible for the Patriots to put a drive together. Similar formation as the last one. Carroll now looks to the sideline, though. Resets the play. Carroll, again, just watching that clock. Letting the play clock run down. Snap, handoff to Reardon. Reardon towards the right side of the offense. Gains 2 on that carry. Brings up a 3rd down, 3rd and 4. Carroll will head over to talk things over with the coaching staff and reset the play once again. And this one has really just been the Aiden Reardon show. A 6-yard rushing touchdown, 30-yard receiving touchdown. That's been, Kaukauna has overtaken the Patriots in this second half. Bunch to the top of the formation. Now he's going to motion Weinberg. Now motions him right back. Dropping back, just going to dump this on off to Reardon. Reardon has blockers in front of him. Reardon across the 40-yard line. Maybe he stepped out before. They'll say he did cross the 40-yard line up to the 43. 1st and 10 Galloping Ghosts. And that just shows the variety in play calling for Matt Binsfeld, is that on most of those plays where they had the bunch up at the top of your screen, they would go to Weinberg. But instead, the last couple of times they've tried that, Appleton East was able to sniff it out. So what they did is instead have Reardon kind of sneak his way out from blocking and instead dump it off to him for a different type of screen pass, able to pick up a big chunk on that one. And with the run once again is Reardon. Reardon across the 45-yard line. Down to under 6 minutes left. Ball spotted on the 47-yard line. 2nd and 6 for the Ghosts. Like I talked about pretty much all game, is just get the ball into your best players' hands. And the 2 best players on this Kaukauna offense are Reardon and Weinberg. They've both had a huge impact tonight. 2 receivers left, 1 right for Carroll. Carroll takes a snap, and once again he hands it off to Reardon. Reardon fights his way across the 50-yard line, inside now of Appleton East territory. Did he fight his way? Yes, he did get the first down. So the extra push from the big men behind him got him enough for the first down as the chains reset. I'll mark him at the 46. And that clock continues to roll. Carroll back out there to survey the defense, and he's really watching that back judge put up his arm to signify that the play clock is running down. That's what he's waiting for. Back judge does in fact do that. And now Carroll takes a snap, and again the handoff goes to Reardon. Reardon pushes about 4 Appleton East defenders back around 5 yards for the carry, second down. Each year, more than 6,000 high school students get a head start on their college education thanks to dual credit classes made possible by Fox Valley Technical College. These are college-level classes that high school students take for free, saving on average more than $600 a student. Learn more at fvtc.edu/gettechnical. 2nd and 6 for the Ghosts at the 42. Carroll again lets that play clock run down. Snap to Carroll was a high snap, hands it off to Reardon. Reardon tries to bounce it outside, but that time the defensive front was able to sniff it out. In on the stop was Randy Mercedes for Appleton East, and it brings up a 3rd down. It's going to end up being snapped under 3 minutes on that clock in this 4th quarter. 3rd and 6 at the 42. Nearly an identical formation as we've seen the last couple of plays. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Reardon next to Carroll. Carroll looks around, and this time Coach Binsfeld will call a timeout. So with 2:45 left, they'll talk things over. I got to get through the rest of my read, so we'll keep this one here and not send it to commercial break. Big shout out to some of our sponsors, including Travel Leaders Discovery, which specializes in creating personalized, unforgettable, and stress-free travel experiences for individuals, families, and groups of all sizes. Travel Leaders Discovery is a full-service agency booking beach vacations, cruises, hotel-only, air hotel, Disney, house rentals, business travel, romantic travel, and family vacations. Anywhere you want to go. Call Travel Leaders Discovery at 833-TL-TRIPS and visit www.tltrips.com. Need a game plan that delivers marketing victories? Bear Performance Marketing is your full-service partner for strategic success. From brand development to social media marketing and promotional solutions, we streamline your marketing for maximum results. Learn more at BAERPM.com. So after the timeout, remains 2nd and 6. Clock is at 2:45. 2 receivers to the top and 1 at the bottom of your screen. Carroll will take it himself. He runs along the edge, across the 40, and he's pushed out of bounds at around the 35. That was enough for the first down, they say. He reached out the ball at the end of the run. He turned the corner, was bouncing it off, and then at the end of the play, reached out his, I believe that was his right arm, over that 35-yard line just to make sure that he got enough, and he did, and that resets the chains. So 1st and 10 for the Ghosts at the 35. Handoff will go to Reardon. Reardon again goes up the middle, pretty much is what we've seen all night from him. And he stops his forward progress at the 32. That time, Oslowitz was in the area of that stop for Appleton East. Clock runs to about 2:15. Carroll will mosey his way over to the offense and give him the play call. Very good game management by this Kaukauna offense. Just run the ball, chew clock, and with their run game, it's just been so effective. Handoff goes to Reardon. Now he goes across the left side of the offense, taken down for a gain of 3. They're going to say he's down at the 30-yard line, and now we'll have a timeout from Appleton East. So we'll step aside for a quick break here on Zaleski Sports.
We're back with better halves. Jane is looking for a better health plan. Jane?
I need someone who'll make time for me. So, how would you two get to know me?
You want time? I'll keep you on hold all night long.
He sounds gross.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I won't treat you like a number. I've got award-winning service and coverage made just for you.
Now that's better. Next up, networks.
Welcome back to Zaleski Sports. 1:45 left in this one. Kaukauna inside Appleton East territory at the 30-yard line where it's 3rd and 5. Ghosts have put up 14 unanswered points in this second half and have taken a 14-7 lead. They will set up the offense. 2 receivers will be on the right side of Ryan Carroll, 1 on the left. Carroll takes a snap and he hands it off to Reardon. Reardon will not get anything on the run. Again, Randy Mercedes was in there for the stop. And again, another timeout by Appleton East to stop the clock. But we'll keep this one here this time. We just were sent to break, or maybe not. No, there actually is an injury timeout. Unfortunately, we have yet another injury in this one. So we'll step aside for a little bit on Zaleski Sports.
Need a game plan that delivers marketing victories? Bear Performance Marketing is your full-service partner for strategic success. Offering comprehensive solutions that include brand development, social media marketing, branded products, and digital marketing. The goal is to streamline every aspect of marketing while maximizing results. With a focus on clear, transparent communication and a driven team ready to hustle, Bear Performance Marketing is your partner for marketing that outperforms the competition. Learn more at bearpm.com.
Zaleski Sports. Injured player is up and moving around for Appleton East. So it'll bring up 4th and 5. Looks like the offense will remain out there for the Galloping Ghosts. Basically, if you pick up this first down, the game is essentially over. 1 timeout on the scoreboard it lists for Appleton East. They really won't be able to stop the clock if they pick this one up. 2 receivers to the right side for Ryan Carroll. Reardon in the backfield. Carroll tries the hard count. Maybe they're just going to try to draw him offside and then actually run a play. And that's exactly what it was. Didn't end up running a play. So Matt Binsfield calls timeout. And we'll, I guess, keep this one here again, as Advantage Machine has invested in the Machine Center, machine tools, metal inventories, and our people. Advantage Machine offers a first-class workspace to ensure the best quality with our responsive customer service, fair pricing, and on-time delivery. Call 920-462-4427 and see Advantage Machine on Facebook. Coach Binsfeld will come out there and talk things over with his team. I think Weinberg has the kicking tee, so he may be looking to add on a field goal, make this a 2-score game, and make it very difficult for an Appleton East team that really has not moved the ball all game to put up 2 scores in about 99 seconds. So it will be a field goal. Weinberg lines up his block at the 37-yard line. We have a flag on the play, though. Would be a 47-yard field goal on the left hash. And this one, I think, was on the Ghosts. think it was the way that they had lined up down there. They're looking confused, not sure what just happened, but they lost 5 yards. Could have been too many men in the huddle out there as well. That might have been maybe what it was, as one player decided to come out late. So that makes things even more difficult, as now it's a 52-yard field goal left hash. And it's into the wind as well. Weinberg lines up. The snap is clean. The kick, it's up. It is drifting just short of the goalpost and no good for Weinberg. With 1:35 left, Appleton East will have an opportunity to potentially tie the game. It's coming down right to the wire in the final regular season game of the year for everybody in the WIAA. Must win for Kaukauna. They're going to have to rely on their defense to seal this one out. And I guess I forgot, because of missed field goals in high school, it's different than college. Ball is placed at the 20-yard line instead of where the ball was kicked from. Back out on offense are the Patriots. Waters takes a snap. He drops back, looks to the left side. It's complete to Thompson. Thompson tries to spin past one man and instead just decides to go down at the 29-yard line. A gain of 9 on the reception. Clock will run though. It's 2nd and 1. Waters barks out orders and motions Thompson across the middle of the offense. Waters with the snap. He drops back in the pocket once again, feeling the pressure, and he's taken down. A sack from Mike Hill. Loss of 13 on the sack. And it brings up a 3rd and long. Ball marked on the 17-yard line. 44 seconds to go. 2 receivers left and 1 to the right. Waters drops back again, heaves it deep down the field, knocked incomplete, knocked away. Savades went up for the catch, but instead it was denied by the Ghost defense. And it all comes down to this play for the Patriots. 4th down, 13 yards to go. They need to get to the 30-yard line. Ball is on the 17. 32 seconds remain on the clock. Waters puts 3 on the top of your screen and 1 to the bottom. Waters with the snap. Drops back. Here comes the pressure over the middle. It's intercepted, and that will do it. Kaukauna will seal this one out. McCoy Leno comes up with the interception. Immediately takes a knee afterwards. Not sure where Waters was looking to fire that one. Found the wrong team. And it's 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. 27 seconds remain. I don't really see Jarius James using any more of his, I guess he doesn't have any timeouts left anymore. I thought there was 1 left, but they changed it on the scoreboard. And Ryan Carroll will go under center. Victory formation for Kaukauna. He'll take a knee, and the clock will wind out. So your final score will be Kaukauna 14, Appleton East 7. Join us right after this short break for the Nasonville Dairy postgame show, where I'll be down on the field interviewing both Matt Binsfeld and Aiden Reardon, after his big performance. My name is Jacob Blink, and be sure to tune in after this break on Zaleski Sports.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Located on Birkin Heating and Cooling has proudly served Kaukauna for over 30 years as a Bryant Factory.